Let's believe that.
It's our very own Steve Harvey.
It don't sound to me like you've been fighting. Should I call him and talk this out? You just said you was messing with a married woman. Let me ask you something, Perry. What this conversation finna be? Hey, man, look, we need to stop this. I'm too old for this. Well, you was messing with his wife. He said he gonna deal with you when he see you again. Now, look. You ain't gonna be able to see it.
This is 99.5 Global FM, number one of R&B.
Of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators.
Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. I'm your host, Michelle Malcolm, and as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in and making GPS a part of your afternoon routine. So, we have quite a bit of ground to cover today, including a visit from the representative of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, who's going to be talking about a promotion that the GBPA has going on, that if you are interested in becoming a homeowner or, taking advantage of a new promotion that GBPA has going on, then definitely you want to stay tuned for that. They're going to be joining us at 2:30 to talk about a promotion that they have going on. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to be joined by Dr. Melida Harris Barrow from the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce, who's going to be talking about a trade mission that those of you who are interested in business will definitely want to tune into. Now, you may recall or not that Dr. Barrow is the chairperson of the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce, and her mission is to reconnect the African diaspora throughout the Caribbean and the Americas with business opportunities in the motherland, Africa. And so she's going to be on the show today talking about a trade mission that's coming up in a couple of weeks, that those of you who are interested in expanding your opportunities for economic advancement beyond just the country or the island you're on, then you definitely want to tune in for that. But first, I think we need to address something that has gone viral and needs some clarification. A couple of people actually, sent me a video um, that was alleging that the sex offender that was released last week, Sidney Cooper, was back in police custody for allegedly trying to assault a young girl. But I'm just now seeing a statement that says police advised in their latest press statement that the perpetrator of the latest child abduction attempt is not recently released sex offender Sidney Cooper. The incident involving a 12-year-old girl occurred today on 4th Street. Police say residents, assuming the culprit was Sidney Cooper, converged at his residence on 5th Street, Coconut Grove, armed with rocks, bottles, and cutlass. The police wish to advise the public that perpetrator involved in this incident is not Sidney Cooper. However, for the safety of Mr. Cooper, he was escorted from his residence by police without incident. I want to repeat that. Police advise in their latest press statement that the perpetrator of the latest child abduction attempt is not recently released sex offender Sidney Cooper. The incident involving a 12-year-old girl occurred today on 4th Street. Police say residents, assuming the culprit was Sidney Cooper, converged at his residence on 5th Street, Coconut Grove, armed with rocks, bottles, and cutlass. The police wish to advise the public that the perpetrator involved in this incident is not Sidney Cooper. However, for the safety of Mr. Cooper, he was escorted from his residence by police without incident. So, we still have somebody out there who's trying to abduct young girls. That's the first thing. I remember now there was a case. I believe the person alleged to have perpetrated the act of abduction and rape against a 9-year-old, as far as I'm aware, is still at large. And so apparently there was an attempt today to abduct a 12-year-old. And the people just automatically thought that it was Sidney Cooper, who was released from prison last week, and went to go deal with him. But police say it was not him. They did take him into custody for his safety. But apparently, there's someone else out there who is trying to abduct little girls. Now, I don't know if it's the same person who is believed to be behind the attack of the 9-year-old, the vicious attack of a 9-year-old, abducted and raped her. I don't know. But somebody out there tried to abduct a 12-year-old today. And again, I don't know if it is the same person. In any event, I am going to once again put up the sketch of the person who is believed to have been responsible for the abduction and rape of the 9-year-old. Let's put that up. Because as far as I am aware, I could be misinformed because I have been busy the past couple of days attending an event on Paradise Island, the WAM meeting, the 13th Commonwealth Women Affairs Ministers meeting that took place on Paradise Island over the past several days, ended last evening. And I was busy attending that. So I may have not heard the news, whether or not this person, who those of you watching by way of Facebook or YouTube or Cable Bahamas can see on your screen, but I don't believe that they have yet caught this culprit, a sketch of whom it is believed belongs to the person responsible for the abduction and rape of a 9-year-old. But according to the police, somebody tried to abduct a 12-year-old today. Okay. All right. So let me tell you how you can be a part of this conversation. My guest from Grand Bahama Port Authority is scheduled to come on at 2:30. So we're going to chat about this a little bit before we turn to that interview. So let's talk about how you can get in on this. The telephone numbers to call: 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, the WhatsApp line for messages and calls. We have the WhatsApp line today. 801, yes, 8010271. 8010271. We're streaming live to the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM Facebook pages. And we're also streaming live to our YouTube channels. And you can catch us on Cable Bahamas channel 974 or download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smartphone or smart device and check us out there. And of course, if you're tuned in by way of radio, the place to find us on the dial is 99.5 FM here in New Providence. And you can also listen to us by way of radio in Grand Bahama and other family islands. And then a huge welcome to all of you who are tuned in from outside the country. Thank you so much for tuning in. I still have up, for those of you who are watching, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Cable Bahamas, the sketch of the suspect who it is believed is responsible for the abduction and rape of a 9-year-old. And this, as we received word that there was an abduction attempt today of a 12-year-old. And whether or not that same person who it is believed was responsible for the 9-year-old, who is, I think, still at large, whether or not it's the same person who was responsible for the 12-year-old, I do not know. But the residents thought it was Sidney Cooper and went to go get him. They were about to take matters into their own hands, and apparently they were not on to the right person. So the police had to rescue him to try to stop the crowd for putting one on him, because the crowd just assumed that he was the person responsible for the attempted abduction of a 12-year-old today. I find all of this ironic because we literally just had ministers with responsibility for women's affairs or their representatives from all over the world representing Commonwealth countries right here in this country, attending a meeting, a conclave, to discuss issues about how to eradicate this problem worldwide of violence against women and girls. And they also talked about, economic empowerment, and they talked about women in leadership. They talked about persons affected by disabilities and what can be done to assist them, to achieve their dreams and goals. And They also talked about climate change and the fact that women and girls are disproportionately at greater risk from the impacts of climate change. I find it ironic that right in the midst of this meeting, the meeting ended last evening, and from everything that I learned from those who attended, whether they were persons here from the Bahamas, because we did have a large cross section of people who attended from right here within the Bahamas. I'm talking across political, across the political divide, who participated in and attended. And everybody seemed encouraged by the level of discussions that took place. But I find it ironic that right in the midst of that, we have the very real situation or scenario of these attacks continuing. Somebody tried to abduct a 12-year-old girl today. My hope is that all of the discussions that took place over the past several days, and it was a great opportunity for persons across the world to listen to others about strategies that they are using or have used that seem to be making a difference. And it was a good opportunity for networking and trying to figure out collectively how to solve this problem. And I really hope to see the day when such meetings are effective in that the discussions that take place in those meetings move beyond the four walls of where the meetings took place, and you see some very real action and results from those discussions and from the implementation of the recommendations that are made and the collaborations that take place at these meetings. Because the reality for many on the ground is that the struggle continues. We still have people trying to abduct young girls to do God knows what. And I really hope that the perpetrator or perpetrators are caught speedily and taken off the street. And I just want to say this. In this particular case, it turns out that the person responsible was not Sidney Cooper, according to the police, because that's the first thing that people assumed. There's this video that's going around. They show him being arrested, well, not arrested, taken into police custody. They have a crowd outside his door saying, "Let us at him, let us at him." And come to find out, according to police, he was not the perpetrator in this latest incident today. They were really taking him out into custody for his own safety. But yet there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there. Some sick, depraved person out there still who is preying on our girls. My hope is that that person is quickly caught and brought to justice. But I just want to say this as it relates to what justice should look like. I am no lawyer. I am not in a position to tell judges how to do their work. But as a layperson looking in from the outside, I dare say, my personal opinion, I don't know how the rest of y'all feel, and I'd love to hear from you, is we need to stop. When I say we, what appears to be our judicial system needs to stop handing out these play sentences. If you have a maximum sentence available to you, I really don't understand why we have to have people offending and reoffending and reoffending because they're not getting the maximum sentence available. I don't get that. Now, in this case, it turned out not to be Sidney Cooper. And if Mr. Cooper knows what's good for him, he'll stay on the straight and narrow because as he can see, if he sneezed the wrong way, people coming for him. So if I was him, I would walk the straight and narrow, maybe move to another country, something. But he know the second he do something stupid, if he does something stupid again, Joe Public can deal with him. The challenge is, though, that there are others out there. And we've heard the police express their frustration that not just when it comes to these types of offenses, but other crimes. Well, shucks, we see with murder. People out on bail. The latest person that lost his life, I understand, was out on bail for four different murders. At what point are we going to get where people are given maximum sentences for these horrific crimes or are denied bail? If you don't come to me 2 and 3 times, why are I letting you out again? I just think that our system is broken, or at least, the very least, challenged. And I dare say again, I'm not a judge, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a member of the public who is concerned about the safety of our citizens, particularly women and children. Because you got these beasts who are hell-bent on doing damage because they can't control these ridiculous sexual urges they have. Why we playing with these people and not giving them the maximum sentence possible? I need somebody to help me to understand. Make it make sense. I really hope that the discussions that took place over the past few days will translate into more effective and meaningful action, where women and children can feel safer in this country and around the Commonwealth. Because one of the things that was revealed during the past several days is that these problems exist all over the world. And I was in a meeting this morning, and one of the people in the meeting was from Kenya. And she was saying, you think you have it bad until you hear somebody else's story. And she was talking about the things that are still happening in Kenya to little girls and women. Matter of fact, her minister, who is responsible for women and girls, has her own story to tell. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to make this meeting, so she sent a representative instead. And the representative is who I met with this morning, among others. And she was saying that if you hear her minister's story, it will make you weep. And yet she was able to overcome all of the trauma that she faced to become a leading voice for the protection of women and girls. So I say that to say that this problem is not limited to the Bahamas. As bad as we may think we have it, there are many nations where women have it a lot worse. That's not excusing, though, our behavior. And I just really, really hope that these discussions will be more than just discussions, and that we will see meaningful action on the ground to do a better job of protecting the most vulnerable in our society. So, Bertha, you must have tuned in late. What I did say, Bertha, a moment ago is that police have issued a statement saying the person responsible for an abduction attempt on a 12-year-old today is not the person who was released from prison last week, Mr. Sidney Cooper, but they took him into custody for his own safety because the crowd converged on his house thinking that it must have been him and they were going to hurt the man, and the police had to pretty much rescue him from an angry crowd. But there is somebody else out there who's trying to abduct our girls. People, if you see something, say something. If you know something, report it. Stop cloaking these beasts. How many families, how many girls, how many women have to be traumatized and injured and affected for their entire lives before we finally realize that we have a serious problem and do something about it? And the same about male and female and competition and all this garbage, what some of y'all like to call it. Because I really, really get annoyed when we start to have these conversations and then men pitch up talking about, well, you know, if you say men, we got to defend ourselves. How about you put some of that energy into defending women and children who are more vulnerable than you? How about you put down your ego and understand how important this is beyond you? How about you ask your brothers to stop the madness? Something as simple as y'all around the domino table and they making jokes about women and their body parts. Call them out for what it is. It's wrong. And unless you get involved in this fight, it will never end. So put your egos down, please. Because this ain't about men against women. We got to do better. How many more people have to be violated before we realize we have a problem? We're going to take a break. My guest is here from the Grand Bahama Port Authority, so we're going to switch gears on the other side of this break and talk to him about what the Grand Bahama Port Authority has going on. Stay with us. This is GPS. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 hyperimmune egg powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company today. And in a moment, we're going to be talking to Charles. He told me to call him Chuck Pratt from the Grand Bahama Development Company. Let's get that right. About a promotion that they have going on. But before we bring him in, let's talk about how you can become a part of this conversation. The numbers to call are 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 8010271, 8010271. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages. Like and share the show if you haven't already done so. Also streaming live to our YouTube channels, and you can tune in, speaking of channel, on Cable Bahamas channel 974 and check us out there. You can also download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device. And you can check out today's show, past shows, and engage with us that way. And, of course, you can tune in by way of radio. After all, this is a radio program. Global 99.5 on the FM dial here in New Providence. And a huge welcome to all of you who are tuned in from Grand Bahama, as well as those of you listening from across the family of islands and outside the Bahamas. A huge welcome to you all. Okay, so we have this gentleman by the name of Charles Pratt. He told me to call him Chuck, so Chuck it is, who has joined us and is going to be talking about a promotion that the Grand Bahama Development Company has going on. So let's get him into the conversation just to give you a little bit about his background. His professional career includes 10 years at Commonwealth Bank, Fidelity Bank, Mortgage Investment, Department of Imperial Life, now Kalina. He joined the team at the Grand Bahama Port Authority in May of 2000 as Manager of Development, followed by an elevation to the position of Commercial Manager, and currently serves as Senior Manager, Sales and Commercial Development for the Grand Bahama Port Authority Group of Companies and DevCo, which is the development company, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And he oversees all residential and commercial land sales, development, and the associated marketing. So that's the hat which he will be wearing today. You know, sometimes you just have to wear multiple hats.
Mm-hmm.
So he is here today talking on behalf of the Grand Bahama Development Company.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say a huge welcome to you, Chuck. Welcome to GPS.
Well, thank you, Ms. Malcolm, and good afternoon to you and to your listening and viewing audience. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's talk about this 50 for the 50th. It's a promotion that I think many people are going to be interested in hearing more about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to give you the opportunity to give us some details.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, again, we're here to promote the 50 for the 50th Land Sales Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And most would already gather what that represents. Always the 50th anniversary of our independence.
Right.
And in keeping with the spirit of celebration that we are enjoying right now, we, DEFCO, and by extension, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, so let me just plug that in there. We want to celebrate our Bahamians and celebrate them through empowering the citizenry through property ownership.
Okay.
As it stands now, usually when you acquire property, which can really be for the average person the largest single investment they'll ever make in a lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
you are required with, you have some upfront cost. There's usually a deposit required, closing costs, etc.
Mm-hmm.
What the Grand Bahama Development Company, or DEFCO for short, has done is try to streamline that process, mitigate the cost,
Mm-hmm.
so that the average person can access property acquisition now.
Okay.
And so the 50, which is the first 50 and the 50 for the 50th, is $50. And what we're promoting here is that for little as $50 down,
Mm-hmm.
you can obtain access to owning property in Freeport/Lucaya,
For $50.
for $50 down. What the process provides for is that if Ms. Malcolm visits our website, www.gbdevco.com,
Mm-hmm.
go to the inventory tab, click on it. We have an interactive map there. She has a budget in mind of the type of investment, amount of investment she wants to make in a vacant land acquisition. She can plug that figure in. Cache of properties will show up. She can select and say, okay, I like this property located in Lincoln Park or Chesapeake or Suffolk or wherever it may be in Lucaya area.
Mm-hmm.
And she could say, okay, I see something I like. Here is my $50 for you to take this property off the market for about 7 working days.
Right.
In that 7 working days, the team members of the DEFCO sales department works along with Ms. Malcolm to ensure that we can receive an irrevocable salary deduction. How that is calculated: once you determine which property you want, the price point, you give us $50. We do an amortization
Mm-hmm.
based on the term that you select, which can range from 1 year up to 10 years at an 8% interest rate.
Okay.
That amortized payment is calculated. It is placed on a template form that Ms. Malcolm will take back to her HR department. Her HR department will look at that, assess Ms. Malcolm based on what her obligations are, and say yay or nay as to whether or not she can afford the monthly deductions that we're requiring the HR or payroll office to send to us on a monthly basis almost immediately. What happens then when that deduction starts? When Ms. Malcolm would have accumulated up to 5% of the purchase price of the property, DEFCO goes to contract with Ms. Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ms. Malcolm continues on through the irrevocable salary deduction, making payments on the property until she would have paid it off, and then she owns a property. So what is happening here? We have removed the upfront costs, which can represent anywhere from maybe 15 to 20 to even 30% of the actual purchase price
Right.
of the property.
Mm-hmm.
And we've brought it down to as little as $50, aligning obviously with the 50th celebration. And we're saying that the average person, as long as we can get an irrevocable salary deduction, can access the sale contract to acquire land in Freeport, Lucaya. Property zone varies from single family, duplex, multifamily, high rise. We're talking in this instance about residential properties only. So you can own a residential property in Freeport, Lucaya for as little as $50 down. And that in the simplest form is what the 50 for the 50th Land Sale Initiative is all about.
Now, while you're talking, I have one of the graphics up that you sent us earlier,
Mm-hmm.
the one with the little house illustration on it. Yeah, I actually have that up on the screen.
Okay.
So while you're talking, people are seeing that to visual sometimes plus audio is more powerful than just
picture paints a thousand
right.
words. Yeah.
So I see where it says other benefits, and you're talking about price reduction on cash sales.
Yes.
How does that work?
Wonderful. So the program, again, is designed, the 50 for 50 Land Sales Initiative is designed to provide access to the average person who may normally not be able to afford property now, but is looking to do so. We also accommodate, and I would say prefer, if the individual can give us a cash outright purchase. So, Ms. Malcolm will come and say, listen, I love your 50 for the 50th. I think it would work well, but it just so happens that, I have been saving my money for a while. And so I want to take this $50,000 from under my mattress and give this to you now for a property that I think I would love to have. And we say, okay, well, if you have cash right now and you can do that transaction, whether it's from your savings or through bank financing, we will do a positive price adjustment on that property in the area of 10%, and you can acquire that property outright.
Now, tell us about, let me bring myself back in here. Tell us about this 8%
interest rate.
Yeah, that sounds really, really
right. So
attractive.
the 8% interest rate, again, is to accommodate the in-house payment arrangement that DEFCO has. Now, DEFCO, again, prefers not to do term payment arrangements because we have lending institutions that do that. We have banks, we have credit unions who can probably offer better interest rate, better terms in terms of length to repay. But the reality is that some of us don't like to go to these institutions. Some of us prefer to say, man, listen, I got my 10% deposit, which is a normal process for doing an interim payment arrangement with DEFCO. We just ask for 10% down, and then you pick your term 1 to 10 years, but we vet the application and it complies with our legal department, our requirements. Then you go into a contract with us to pay us over term until you get your property. This 50 for 50 reduces that 10% deposit to as low as $50 with an irrevocable salary deduction that is implemented as soon as possible. But the 8% interest rate is attached to if you do a term payment arrangement with us. There's an 8% interest rate that's attached to that, to whatever term you choose. So if your preference is, well, I see you 8% interest rate, I can beat that interest rate at my bank or at my credit union, then we say, yes, we'll go ahead and do that. Because even in that instance, if you're doing that, even now, we say, okay, fine. If you're doing that, then you get 10% off the price in any event.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation. But again, just to accommodate those who prefer not to go to.
Understood.
Yes.
Tell us what kind of special conditions there are.
Okay. So I mentioned one before. A part of this, and the most significant part of it, is that we must be able to get an irrevocable salary deduction because for obvious reason, it minimizes any administration in terms of trying to collect if it falls delinquent, and it guarantees certainty of payment. All right. And so that's what the irrevocable salary deduction provides to this program. And if we can get that, so we're targeting a lot of the civil servants. We're targeting strong private sector companies as well. But we look at it based, especially if the company hasn't done business with us ever. We look at it, the company see who you are and say, okay, fine, we'll recognize this irrevocable salary deduction. We just want to make sure it's not mummy signing your salary or doing the deduction, and then later on down, because of that relationship with your mom, salary deduction stops, this, that. So that's what it's all about. Just trying to be transparent and above board with these transactions through, like I said, irrevocable salary deduction.
I have lots of family in Grand Bahama. I have a couple of friends in Grand Bahama. And my friends, especially C. Allen Johnson, were trying to convince me to move from Grand Bahama, move to Grand Bahama for a little while. He's like, Michelle, you joking? You can get land at cheap prices. And, so clearly a promotion like this should go a long way into encouraging people to make that move.
Yes, it does. And really and truly, it's all about helping our fellow citizens to become empowered through property ownership, investing rather. But you don't have property in Grand Bahama, Ms. Malcolm? What is this?
Let's stay focused. Let's not talk about me.
But the cost of property, we call it property/land.
Right.
We use that just to tout, just compare Grand Bahama in terms of land purchase versus Nassau in terms of land purchase. You get a lot in Nassau, 6,000 square feet. In Grand Bahama, you get 1/3 of an acre, for less, probably 1/3 of the price that you pay for a lot in Freeport.
Trust me.
The price range in Grand Bahama, DEF goes in for is anywhere from $25,000 for 1/3 of an acre, up to $200,000, depending on where you pick. If you want canal property, golf course, whatever the case may be, that determines the price, obviously, and size of property as well.
And this promotion that you guys are doing, it doesn't cover any one particular area of Grand Bahama.
So it's in the Lucaya area. The Grand Bahama Development Company has inventory in the Lucaya area. And the best way I can describe it for those who are familiar with the layout of the port area, Freeport, if you know what we call the Hotel Road, it's really named Seahorse Road. Everything east of that would be Lucaya. So that's everything that takes you.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, nice area. It's a developing area is what it is. Because then you have the Freeport side, as we refer to it, because it's the older side, it's the older part. Is when Freeport initially started back in 1955 up to the 70s to 80s. So you're talking about all of the western side, but the eastern side is where this inventory is located throughout that eastern area.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so $50. Let me tell you something. I covered this event on Paradise Island over the past couple of days.
Right.
We going to lunch yesterday, right? I didn't go to the restaurant, man. I had a nice artichoke and lobster dip, and then I had a salad,
that sounds nice.
a bottle of water, and then I bought a daiquiri for one of my colleagues. And when the people bring me my bill, I nearly fall out my chair because that was close to $80. So if I can find $80 to spend on that, people only asking for $50.
Yeah.
My God, you must could find $50.
Yeah.
So you really making this easy for people.
Making it easy for people. And I'm glad that you are emphasizing that, because that is the message. That is, listen, now is the time to make this investment and become a property owner. You may live in Nassau and you say, man, I want property in Nassau, but I can't afford it. Let me look outside of this island, New Providence, and see what it can be offered in Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama is a growing island. We're resilient. We've had some challenges, but we're coming back. Huge investments to the tune of $1.5 billion in the pipeline. We have the Weller development that is happening in Southeast Lucaya. They're already into their first phase. You may have heard them announce the Six Senses boutique low-impact development on the beach on a 20-30 acre site, and then they're expanding that development in the coming years as well. But Carnival that is happening in the southeast as well of Lucaya, $200+ million. You have Royal Caribbean looking to develop the harbor, another $200 million. And so we have projects that are being worked. Some are more advanced than others, and that are coming for Grand Bahama. So now's the time to invest, because as these projects mature, then prices of property tend to go up. And while the prices are at the level they are now, my advice, do it.
Just the time. Yeah. All right. So how does a person apply for this?
Okay, right. So our contacts are, once you visit our website, www.gbdefco.com, you can visit the inventory tab. You can select a lot, because you need that information first. So when you call us at 350-9096, again, 350-9096, you will speak with one of the team members who are waiting for your call, and they can guide you through the process, because they'd say, you select a lot and say, I'm interested in this. What's my next step? They say, okay, fine. You need to make that $50 deposit through to the Grand Bahama Development Company's bank account number. Show us evidence of that. We pull the property off the market for 7 working days. We do the amortization, send you the template, which says that Michelle Malcolm is buying this lot at this price. She is putting down $50, or you may decide you want to put down more, but as little as $50 down. Here's what the amortized payments would look like. It's a salary deduction form. And you take it to your HR people, get stamped, authenticated, send back to us. Then the deductions start coming to us. And when it attains 5% of the purchase price, we move the contract with you.
So in other words, this is all being done just between the client and the development,
company. There's no
so
middleman.
there's no middleman involved.
No.
So this is a direct relationship between you and the client.
And the client, yes.
And I guess that's how you can do this with to save so much.
Yeah.
For the client.
You save so much. And then at the end, when you have made your last payment, our legal department provides all of the original history of title documents to you. So you get your conveyance straight from the development company.
So give us those contacts again, how people can be a part of, how can people apply for this again?
Okay, you can apply by visiting the website to select a property, www.gbdefco.com. Once you would have done that, call us at 350-9096, and a team member is there to receive your call.
Give us the numbers one more time.
The number 350-9096, website www.gbdevco.com.
Because some people are a little slow, they might just write slow, so you got to make sure they get the information.
I am not afraid to admit that I'm often technologically challenged. So I get that. I appreciate that. But let me also plug our maintenance company, which is the Lucayan Service Company.
Okay.
And for those who already own property in Lucaya and
Tell us about that.
You can reach out to this company because they often have different initiatives for property owners.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for you to be a part, you need to register your preferred contact, which we imagine at this time should be email contacts. So write to them, email them, visit them at www.lusco, that's LSUSCO.org. That's www.lusco.org.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what kind of services will they be able to get from you guys?
So Lusco is responsible for the maintenance of the area of Lucaya.
Mm-hmm.
And we manage different contracts from companies that provide the direct service. So that's from cutting of verges, from paving of roads, collecting of litter, that sort of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have a saying in Grand Bahama, I imagine in Nassau as well, keep Grand Bahama clean, green, and pristine. And so we are very bullish on a clean neighborhoods and community. And we discourage very much so and prosecute when we catch them red-handed, those who do indiscriminate dumping. So, we want to live in a clean community and we are very environmentally conscious in Freeport. So Lusco's main job is to maintain the area of Lucaya where the inventory is located.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people, I hope you are paying good attention to what Chuck had to say here today.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's representing the Grand Bahama Development Company, and they are making it very, very easy for you to become a property owner. My God, if you got $50 knocking around, some of y'all to spend more that on getting your hair and your nails done.
Oh, preach,
right?
Preach.
Okay? So if you want to be a property owner and you got to take your first child and your left leg to buy property here in Nassau, they're making it real hard for you here.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And then with all this foolishness going on, I know who want to live in Nassau, know how. So I preach to the choir right now. So take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
See what's available in Grand Bahama. Give them a call. And let's make this happen. Let's throw those numbers out one more time, Chuck.
Yes, so our contact is 350-9096, which takes you straight into our sales department. And of course, our website, www.gbdefco.com.
All right, so you see the graphic up there, people. All of the information that you need is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we move a little too fast for you, no worries. You can always go back and revisit the show here on Facebook and rewind and pause and get all the information that you need and then reach out and make this happen, people. You need your own little piece of the rock. You really do. Have something that you could leave with your children. Bible talks about a good man leaving a heritage for his children.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So, so this is a good opportunity for you to take advantage of this. Only $50 down, people. I can't get over that. I ain't gonna make excuse, Chuck.
come, Michelle, you call me, and I'll make sure you are sorted out and happy and satisfied and a delighted customer at the end of the day.
You will make my friends and family very happy over there.
I got to know who your family are. I say, y'all need to pull Michelle over. How's it y'all enjoying paradise and y'all didn't bring Michelle over?
They've been trying. I can't blame them. They've been trying.
Okay, all right. Wonderful.
Well, listen, I want to say thank you so much for being on GPS today.
Thank you for having me. Wonderful to be here.
All right.
I was here a couple of years ago. Actually, I did a promotion here a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully this won't be your last.
No, it won't be. Definitely
wonderful.
Not.
Good
Definitely
news.
Not. Yeah.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, I believe we will have Dr. Melida Harris Barrow in studio. She's going to be talking about a trade mission between the African diaspora and the motherland. So those of you who own a small or medium-sized business or a large business and you want to tap into Africa, you need to hear what this woman has to say. She is connected, brothers and sisters, and she can hook you up. Major trade event coming up in another couple of weeks, and you would definitely want to hear more about this. Stay with us. This is GPS. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global paradigm shift will return after
Your
this.
body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blasted love.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And so, before I bring my guests into the studio, let me tell you how you can become a part of this conversation. The numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp line for text messages and calls is 801-0271. 801-0271. We are streaming live to our official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages on Facebook. And if you haven't already done so, please like and share the show. We are also streaming live to our YouTube channels. And you are obviously welcome to tune in to Cable Bahamas, channel 974, where we are also airing. And of course, you can tune in by way of radio. Those of you who are prone to prefer radio as opposed to any other means, we are 99.5 on the FM dial here in New Providence. You can also tune in by way of radio from Grand Bahama and, of course, the Family Islands. And you can also download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device and check us out there. Okay, so I see where my guest is sort of here, but I ain't sure if they're completely here because I see where they are, where they logged in, but I don't see. Let's see what happens if I try to bring her into the stream. I don't see an image. I just see plenty of reconciliation. I think she may be having some technical challenges. So,
can you hear me?
I can hear you, Doc. We just can't see you.
Oh my boy. Okay, let me try to come back in.
Okay.
I mean, it says that you're in the backstage. Okay, let me.
And so you should be. We can see you now. You now.
You can see me now?
I can see you now. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Very
Hello,
good. I'm doing good, working hard as usual, my darling sister.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Oh, yes. I'm doing well. I am doing very good.
I
Yeah.
want to introduce my audience to you, Dr. Melida Harris Barrow, one of the hardest working people I know. Y'all thought James Brown used to work hard. He ain't got nothing on this woman. Melida, welcome to GPS.
Yes, yes.
Now,
you might hear a little noise here. I'm in the public area. My apologies. But the information I have is worth it.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen flyer talking about this trade mission that's coming up. And,
yes.
I want to have you talk more about this. It's an international trade mission, Ghana to Colombia, September 2023. I know the very first one of these events you had, which was designed to reconnect the diaspora with the motherland, was held in Panama. That was the very first of these events, and it was such a success that you determined you were going to continue this effort. So I have the flyer up on the screen. Tell us about this event coming up, reconnecting Ghana to not just Colombia. The event is happening in Colombia, but your goal and mission is to reconnect the diaspora with the motherland. So tell us about this event coming up.
Yes, the event that's coming up is the International Commerce Africa is coming to Colombia for the first time in this magnitude. What we're trying to do is to begin now, instead of just talking, we are going to now connect Africa to Latin America. And the first country I chose was Panama. Now we are in Colombia. And later on, we are going to go to other countries. The purpose of this mission is the fact that it is time now for Africa to come in our region and find out the type of business opportunities that we have. Most often time when they do business, they might do it in the United States or right there in Africa or other European countries. I think now it's time now for us to come to the Caribbean, in a magnitude, not just a president coming to talk to another president or ministers coming. No, we need right now to connect our brothers and sisters to do business with other businesses in these countries. So basically, we have Angola, we have Ghana, Nigeria, Honduras, we have Senegal, we have quite a few African countries that are coming. Now, let me tell you guys something. I started out with Ghana. We had some Ghanaians that wanted to do business in Colombia. It's about, 15 of them. And then I just happened to put it on, for people to know what we're doing. Well, that turned out differently. That turned out to have all these countries that I mentioned and more to participate in what we're doing. And I think it's great because now you can see now that Africa have a great interest in Latin America and all these countries. So the idea of this is that I recognize I've been in Colombia for a while, and I recognize when it comes to business, we are not doing business because we don't know the game. Finally, I want to say that Colombians, when it comes to business, are not dealing with the international community. We are only dealing with each other in Latin America and in certain other countries. So what I'm bringing to the table is to have the international community come to Colombia. What I'm also recognizing is the minority businesses, small businesses, they have what we call, I think it's like a cult, it became a culture now that they will be selling boots at a company, at a conference, and that's as far as they go. People that have all these products, they will come now to the event and they will sell them boots, but guess what? It stops there. They'll make the nickel and dime there, and they're not teaching them how to expand, to learn about import, export, to learn about distributing their products. That's over now. Dr. Barrow is in town.
I hear that. I hear that.
Dr. Barrow is in town. We have to teach each other, educate each other about these things, because once you start doing what you've been doing and there's no change, you're not going anywhere. How can a person have all these great products and all they do is to purchase a boot for, $10, $15, and you're trying to sell a couple of things and then you're saying you're doing business? It's not their fault. Definitely it's not their fault. So right now what we're doing is we're having this event in September, bringing in the African community. And what I'm doing also is that the idea is that when they come in, my African brothers and sisters, they're not just coming to introduce their businesses, but we have our Colombian brothers and sisters are also introducing them about Colombia. I mean, they have mines, they have gas, they have all sorts of things in Colombia. And one of the things is that we are not researching, we are not doing any of that because our mind is still stuck where Colombia is dangerous. Don't tell me it's not dangerous, you know, it's danger everywhere, you know.
Right.
But what I recognize though, sis, is the fact that right now there's a propaganda saying Colombia and Jamaica is dangerous. Okay. As though the United States is not dangerous, as though all these European countries is not dangerous. It's just as dangerous. But when you create a propaganda and talk about Jamaica, Colombia, and all these other places, talk about Chicago, talk about all these states that are just killing people, police officers just killing our boys, you know, and so forth. That's dangerous, you know. But yet, Europeans are still coming into Colombia, investing, and they just don't want you there. You understand? So we have to change. We have to change our mentality. You understand? We have to understand that when Europeans go to Africa and they take and they go home and feed the people, their people, you understand? And then they come around and take what we have in Latin America and the Caribbean and in other places, you understand? And then they take those same products and export it to Africa. Instead of Africa coming to us direct to buy.
Right.
We have to change all of that. And if we don't change that, we are going to remain where we are today, which is nowhere. You know. So that's why I'm on this show. It's not just to promote the event, but it's the fact that we have to change our mentality. And you know, I always talk about that, the mindset. You understand? Why should Africa, you know, wait for those to import for them? Why is Africa not exporting and only importing? Why is Africa going through what they're going through? Because of the lack of knowledge. No one, hardly anybody is teaching my African brothers and sisters how to come and do business with us direct. You don't need a third party. What you need is knowledge, information. You see, and we can provide that for you. Yes.
Sounds amazing. Now, for the record, this is not only open to people in Colombia, correct?
Of course not. What we're getting ready to do, my sister, is that we are getting ready to travel to different countries in Latin America, everywhere in the US. We're bringing information to you in order for you to start trading with us, you know. In other words, we can go to Costa Rica, we can go to Belize, we can go to all these countries and provide the information to you in order for us to get to that point that we can start trading with each other. That's where we need to go. And you cannot do that because you don't have no information. So we need to provide to you, let's say, what do we have in Colombia? Haiti is going to Panama to buy, but they locked the door there for Haitians, okay, for years. So now, why do you feel that you have to go to Panama to buy? You can buy in Colombia, you can buy in all these different countries, but your ancestors, your brothers and sisters, I should say, did that in the 60s, in the 70s, and so on. So you want to stay there? No, you don't have to stay there. You have to look for other opportunities elsewhere.
Right.
So I let them know you can buy from Colombia. You're close enough. But what they're doing now, because of the situation in Panama, they're buying in China. You don't have to buy in China. Colombia is right there. Costa Rica is right there. Let's trade with each other. Why do you feel that you have to do something when you don't have to? Yes.
Yeah, this is so important. Okay. I'm just trying to add all of the graphics that you sent to me so that I can upload them. One of them is giving me a little bit of a problem, so I'm gonna have to go without that one. So, there was a meeting held here in the Bahamas over the past several days, and it involved ministers responsible for women's affairs from throughout the Commonwealth of Nations. And one of the things that was high on the agenda was the economic empowerment of women. Because they realized that we could talk from now until kingdom come about trying to make women safer and more resilient. But if you're not talking about economic empowerment in that conversation, then the conversation and futility. Because until we can get a person educated to the point where they realize that there is more value to them and they don't have to put up with the abuse, they don't have to put up with the degradation if there's a way that they can sustain themselves. And oftentimes, that is just a matter of recognizing what they already have in their hand that could be turned into a business. So, one of the things that they talked about was the economic empowerment and upliftment. How does your event lend to a narrative like that, whereby you're encouraging not only the small business, but perhaps businesses that are headed by females?
I think there's a lot of difference. I've been going to conferences for years, many years. When I walk in, I walk out the same. There's no continuance.
Right.
When we go to these conferences, and I'll give you my experience, you don't hear from nobody else anymore. Everybody just disappear. When you're trying to get in touch with them, you have to wait to the next year in order to get a hold of these people.
Right.
What we are doing is that there's going to be a continuance. Most of the people that's coming from those different countries, they came to the Journey of Reconciliation last year. There's a continuance. And what we are doing is that not only we are having a conference, but we're not having a conference. What we're having is B2B. People are coming, not too much talking, but we're going to dive right into business. We're going to network. We also inviting Dr. Julius Garvey. He has a project that he is presenting. And one of the other thing is that when we are going to do this program in September, there's going to be continuance, because the B2B, when that finished, we're going to have another program and talk about closing. Let's close these deals. If you can't close it with somebody else, we bring in some more people from the Chamber of Commerce, so we can close deal. That's number one. Number two, you have small businesses that come, they show their products, and they're just glad to get $1 or $2 by selling. That's not the idea. The idea is when you sell your products and you don't get to sell anything, that's not business. What we need to do is find out if we can distribute your products. Do you have permission to sell your products? Because a lot of them don't have approval to sell their products. They're just selling. So what we want to do is to see how good your product is. And we want to make sure that we educate you on how your product could be official in order to distribute. We have to have those type of workshops. Now, what's happening at this present time, the people that are coming, they are applying late. Someone just called me today and said, Dr. Barra from South Africa, we want to come. And I'm like, well, we're running. I don't know if you're going to get your visa and so on. And right there, I thought about something. I thought about the fact that you can come late. what we'll do is have a private session. We will introduce you to the right people in Colombia, whether it's the governor, whether it's the mayor, whatever it may be. But we are going to introduce you.
Okay. Melita, I'm not sure what's happening. She is frozen. I don't know if that's the internet connection on her side that's giving us a challenge, or if it's a connection here on our side. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay. So in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll put up more information while we wait for her to reconnect. I'll put up more information about this event coming up that Melida is promoting. And the whole idea here is to once again reconnect the African diaspora with the motherland. Yeah, she just dropped off. So hopefully she'll be able to get back on. But the whole idea is to reconnect the African diaspora with the motherland to facilitate business. And I've known Melita for a long time. And when I tell you this woman is well connected throughout Africa, she's got direct connections with many of the royals in the various African countries. I see she's trying to sign back on now. So let's see if we can get her back in.
I'm back.
Okay, you're
back.
back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So what's happening there is that we're changing this whole system on how to do business. I think it's time enough now that when they cannot get their visa on time, guess what? We're going to do another session. But the second session, for those who are not able to make it, we're going to do it. We're going to do it because this is about business. You understand? And another thing I want to let people know is that when we come into these type of business and we're discussing and we're talking, let's continue. You understand? If we can't get something for you now, we will search until we find the right person or the business person for you. We can't quit. In a conference, you come, they talk, everybody want to hear themselves talk. And then they talk for an hour and then there's no follow-up. And you know what I mean. You know, you guys know what I mean. They just want to hear themselves talk. When you walk back out, there is no business, there's no closing, there's no nothing. We have to change that pattern because not every time we're going to do the same thing over and over. So we can't do that. You know, we have to understand that we have to do business and it has to stay the same.
Right. Well, how does a person who is outside of Colombia, I'm assuming that you want persons to be able to attend this event. So let's say we have some Bahamians. She's frozen again, so I'm hoping that we don't lose her again. But if you are a Bahamian who wants to connect with Ghana in particular for this particular meeting, or if you want to connect with the continent of Africa as a whole, because I know that through the 6th region Global Chamber of Commerce, Melida has her connections across Africa. Yeah, she just dropped out there. So clearly she's having some internet connection issues. So hopefully she will be able to get back on the stream. Because what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and hopefully during the break she'll be able to get back onto the screen, into the studio. And then once she does, we can get some information about what a person needs to do in order to be a part of this exciting event. Because the idea, again, is to get as many people involved as possible who are interested in reconnecting with business opportunities in the motherland, so that we can get some business going and you know, making people happy at the end of the day because of that connection. So stay with us. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors, and hopefully by the time we get back, Melida will be back up and running.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all: schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
One of the things I love about the mailboat is their relationship with Bahamas Air. I can earn travel points on my international freight and redeem them when I fly.
For me, online shopping is easy, with Mailboat's U.S. addresses and regular freight delivery to Nassau. Plus, I can always prepay customs and freight, and they always notify me when my package arrives.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Mailboat is just for shipping, but they also offer a safe and secure storage facility at affordable rates, all in a central, convenient location.
We also offer passenger service into Freeport multiple times per week with a seating capacity of over 450 persons. With family movies on large screens, one hot meal included, and on-board lounge for snacks and soft drinks. We're the Mailboat. We're bridging people, products, and places.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
And welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company. And we're talking to Dr. Melida Harris-Barrow from the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce about a trade mission that's coming up. And Before we bring her back into the studio, let's tell you how you can be a part of this conversation if you have a question or comment as it relates to this upcoming event. So the telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line for calls or messages is 801 0271. 801 0271. We are streaming live to our official Michelle Malcolm Facebook or Global 99.5 FM Facebook pages. You can also check us out on our YouTube channels. And you can catch us on Cable Bahamas, channel 974. You can also download the Global 99.5 FM app to your smart device and check us out there. And of course, you can listen by way of radio. We're not going to discriminate against our radio audience. A huge welcome to all of you who are tuned in, whether it's from here in New Providence or Grand Bahama or let's see, Melly is still having some challenges, it looks like.
I know.
Grand Bahama or the Family Islands, or those of you who are listening from across the country. All right. Let's see. Let me see if it seems that Melida, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So it seems that we can't see you, but we can hear you. So I guess it's better than nothing. All right. So
okay, here I am.
Okay, there we go. Let me add that to the stream and then remove the other one. All right, I think we're cooking with gas now. Okay, so for those persons who are listening to the show now and would like to know how they can become a part of this event, obviously they have to travel to Colombia, but once they get there, how do they get involved in this event?
Okay, yes. First of all, you can go on our website. That is 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce.org. And once you enter, you will register. You will see the prices and everything. Yeah, the program, it's $500. You will become also a member. It includes the membership for 1 year. It would include the program, the B2B, the networking, and then traveling to go and see the port for investment opportunities. And then we are going to have a separate conference from the 13th and the 15th. So we are having a lot of Africans that are going to be there, Colombians, well, of course, all the other countries that I mentioned. So this is going to be something that we have done. You see, not a lot of international businesses go to Colombia. So what we are doing is that we are bringing in those type of business because Colombia has a lot of things, products, you know, diamonds, gold. There's a lot. So I want to introduce that to our brothers and sisters in the region, so that way we can begin to do business and not be afraid to do so.
So my next question is, I know that the first one was held in Panama. The second one is being held in Colombia. When you go into the Caribbean and more specifically the Bahamas.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. How we're doing this is that the country is hosting us.
Right.
We have Pro Colombia. We have the different some of the senators because they realize how important this is. So I'll be happy to speak to any organizations and government and everything because we all have to come together to do this type of work. This type of work is not easy. Plus, uh, I've discovered that even in Colombia, we have the Congolese in Choco, Ibdo, in that area. I discovered that not too long ago. So the Congolese know that their brothers and sisters are in Choco since slavery. So it's kind of nice. And I'm inviting the Congolese to come and meet their brothers and sisters. That's special. That's historical. You see.
Yeah.
So this is great. I'm going to do business, but I discovered other things. So that's good.
I know in personal conversations you and I have had, you've talked about how you sort of saw a vision or a dream as to the importance of this work, why you must persevere in doing this work and why it was important. You also
Yes.
felt like it was a message from our ancestors. Tell us about that experience and how that drives you to doing what you do.
Yes. I couldn't hear the last part. The last thing I heard was ancestor.
Remember, you were telling me about how you had this vision about the importance of this work that our ancestors were
Here.
almost
Yes.
depending on
Say
you
that part again, Michelle. The last part of it.
that our
When you mention ancestors.
that our ancestors were almost calling you to complete this work that was necessary, this reconciliation. Why is this work important to you? In other words, what is propelling you to continue to do this?
Yes, I'm going back to the area
Okay.
where I can hear you better. Just give me a second.
All right. In the meantime, what I will do is I will put back on the screen more information, flyer about this event that's coming up.
We're having a tough connection here.
Yeah. I see that. So
when it's good conversation, that's what happens.
so I was saying that in a private conversation that I had with you, you were telling me almost how you had this vision, this dream, of your ancestors telling you that no, you can't stop working because I don't know how much Melida wants to share, but she's gone through her own
Oh,
challenge.
yes. Oh, okay. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, my ancestors came in my dream. It was this one lady. Her hair was white, short woman. I can't even forget her image. It was so powerful. And what happened was she came in my dream and she said, "What are you doing?" But she was angry. And I said, "Well, I'm connecting Africa and the African diaspora." And and she said, "No, you're doing nothing." And then she said, "Look to your right." And I looked to my right and I saw this white man raping the little boys in the age range of 5, 6, 7, very young people. And what happened was I couldn't tolerate what I was seeing. So she says, "Follow me." And then she tell me, "Look." And when I look, I saw this lady hanging from a tree. And then when she was hanging from a tree, She was pregnant. She was like 8, 9 months pregnant. And the white man told all of them that was standing there frozen that he want them to respect him. And he said, this is what's going to happen to you guys, in other words, if you don't respect me. And what he did was hung on a tree, very low tree, very low. And then he had a machete in his hands. And then he opened her up, and the baby was just hanging. And everybody wept, and so did I. So when I woke up, I realized I wasn't doing anything. This is not just about speaking, but this is about working, and you have to go into action, my people. We can talk all day, but we have to go into action. I see people spend hours talking and getting nowhere. I see people, talking about where we're going, where we think we're going. We're doing nothing but talking. We have to go into action. If we don't go into action, we're doomed. You see, what people don't understand is this. People don't understand that when you work now, you're going to see your fruits later. You don't work now, what do you think your generation is going to be? The future generation? Doomed. Nothing. They're going to do nothing. So what I'm saying is, we are doing what we're doing because I want to see a better generation. Even though I'm not here, I might not be on this earth, but at least I know I tried hard in order for us to have a better future. I don't need to be here. All I need to know is that if I do what I do, it will change a lot of people. It will empower a lot of people. People don't realize that what you do now, it will enrich, and we will become powerful people. But we're always talking about all what we're going to do and never get it done. You are powerful people and you don't even know. You understand? You are very powerful people. You have the experience. God gave it to you already before you were born. Use it. Use it. That woman came in my dream to remind me to use the powers that God has given me to make the change. And that dream will always be with me because she said, you're doing nothing. Now I feel like I'm doing something. I'm a woman. I'm an African woman. I was born in Panama. My family is from Colombia. But me, the world is my home. And it will always be. So therefore, no one could tell me I only helped Panamanians. I helped everybody, knowing the fact that this world is my home. And that was the dream that I had. It empowered me. It took me to places where I've never been. My ancestors is right in front of me. They're not behind me. They're in front of me, guiding me where to go, where not to go, what to say, what not to say. So that's why I cannot define who I am based on what I was told growing up. The sky is not the limit, Michelle. It's not the limit. Create something within you that your mind is limitless. Thank you very much, sis.
This is powerful. This is so very powerful. And I just, for the record, people, I want y'all to understand that this is not just some woman who is saying things because it sounds good, but she has gone through her own degree of her own share of struggle and loss. And in spite of it all, I mean, Madeline, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but she just recently lost her husband during the COVID pandemic. And, you know, when Melida lost her husband, everybody expected her to hold up and take a break and just, you know, we weren't sure if she was going to come back from that. Because these were two people who were deeply in love. I have to tell you, I haven't seen that kind of love in a long
Yes,
time.
I was.
But yet this woman got up and she's like, no, I got this vision. I have to continue the work. And I'm saying to myself, wow, this right here, wow. Nobody expected you to do that. Yet that vision gave you the strength that you needed to pick yourself up from that significant loss in your life to
Yes.
do this work. So,
Oh, yes.
I think that generations to come will be very, very grateful to you for the sacrifices that you have made and continue to make as you reconnect Africa with the diaspora. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to talk about an event that's coming up tonight, because I got a message, I think it was last evening, saying, Michelle, Dr. Barrow wants to know if you would speak for her tomorrow evening. And let me tell you, I was in the middle of the end of a 3-day conclave, and I was dog tired. If anybody else, I would have said sorry, but no. But when she said Dr. Melida Harris Barrow, I said I'm there. No, I can't tell her no. So, so we're going to take a break, and then on the other side of the break, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk more about the Zoom function, the virtual function that's going to be taking place later on today. Okay? So
Thank you.
We are going to be back with more GPS after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Blood sugar levels play a key role in your appetite, weight gain, and overall health. When you have a blood sugar spike, you can feel confused, dizzy, and even have increased cravings. Eating carbohydrates, sugary or fatty foods, and not exercising can all cause blood sugar spikes. But now you have help in managing blood sugar levels. Sweeties by Youngevity was designed to help support healthy blood sugar levels so you can power through your day. It's a synergistic blend of minerals, herbs, and nutrients that have been proven to support healthy blood sugar levels. Sweeties includes chromium, an essential trace mineral that's known for its contribution to healthy blood sugar levels and improved metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Cinnamon bark has been included for its naturally occurring antioxidants and support of a healthy heart. And we've even added gymnema. It's been used in Ayurveda for centuries to help promote healthy blood sugar. All the ingredients in Sweeties work together to give the best support available for blood sugar control. Sweeties, the blood sugar support supplement from Youngevity that helps control cravings and manage blood sugar levels through your day. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Even everyday exercise can lead to wear and tear on your body. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Youngevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
And welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here, along with my dearest friend, Dr. Melody Harris-Barrow. She is the chair of the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce, and her mission through this chamber is to reconnect, realign the African diaspora with the motherland as relates to business opportunities and working together and networking, and getting rid of the stigma that is attached to Africa as a place where you can do business, and those of us who are descendants of Africans as people with whom you can do business. There's a message here from members of the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Michelle, for the opportunity. Should the Trade Mission Africa Columbia project on the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce. My pleasure. Anything for Dr. Harris-Barrow. Okay, Doc. In the last few minutes of the show, let's talk about this thing that you have me hosting this evening. Zoom meeting, I understand. That persons who are being invited to participate in. Tell us more about that.
Yes, actually, I'll repeat, it's going to be September 13th through the 15th. And we are going to have the Zoom. We're going to share it with the audience on the day of the programs. We're going to have B2B networking. We are going to have Dr. Julius Garvey. He's going to be present with us. I'm so happy. That's my brother. And he's going to be speaking about the projects that are coming up that they are doing. We have other organizations that's coming from Colombia itself in different departments, and they're going to speak about the business opportunities. They're going to speak about import, export, distribution, and we're going to be visiting the port in Buenaventura. That port has a lot of business opportunities that people don't know. We are going to show them the opportunities there, and it would be nice, and it's going to be nice to meet your brothers and sisters in Colombia, which doesn't happen often. So the international world, we are going to introduce it to Colombia, and from there we're going to talk about tourism. Tourism is huge, and we are going to have some candidates from South Africa that's going to be coming to Colombia. We already discussed it in order to talk about that, the tourism that's coming in Colombia. We have other departments in Colombia that you are going to meet. The Palenque. The Palenque is location in Colombia from slavery, so all these people, Colombia is they have so much history there, and it's important that we know, especially African Americans. We are going to start organizing tours there for you to see and meet people that lived in those areas since slavery. I think it's amazing. So yes, it's going to be September 13th through the 15th. I am Dr. Merida Harris-Barrow, and of course, we are moving from one country to the next, educating you about other countries and the opportunities that they have. And if you would like us, the sixth region, to visit your country, let us know. You can reach me at 954-253-4656. And of course, those that are interested in the program, you can go to Sixth Region Global Chamber of Commerce. Right now, we are working on the trade mission, Ghana to Colombia, but there are other countries involved. So thank you, sis, so much. Thank you so much.
So just for my clarification, because we do have a bit of a language barrier with the person who did reach out to me asking me to assist. So what you guys want me to host is for the actual conference itself or something happening this evening? Help me out here.
Oh no, this is not this evening. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is September. This is in September. Yes. Nothing is happening this evening. No, it's September. This is September 13th through the 15th.
Gotcha. You
Yes,
just need to do
yes.
the English portion of it at that actual event.
Right.
See,
Right.
this is why it's good to talk to people who, multilingual.
Yeah.
Lost in
Yes,
translation.
yes.
Well, Melida,
But
if
yeah,
you have
thank
anything
you.
to do with it, I know that it's going to be a tremendous success.
Oh yes.
Looking forward to
Oh
working with
yes.
you, to make it happen. And based on some conversations I had this morning, me and you need to talk off here because I want you to know I called you
Yes.
this morning. So yeah, we gotta talk off here.
Yes, yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I can't stay too long because my colleagues over there, they're calling me now. I told them give me an hour. So but I want to thank you, sis. Let's talk after this evening. There's a lot of other stuff that we need to talk about. I love you so much.
Love you back. All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Sparrow. I know she's got to run. Listen, I never made a more busy. You think I got plenty on my plate? This woman? I just looking at her go. Anyhow, I'll go back to work and we'll talk soon.
Okay, sweetie. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, that was Dr. Melida Harris Sparrow. She is the chair of the 6th Region Global Chamber of Commerce, a major trade mission going on in September in Colombia. And again, her whole thrust, her whole vision and mission is to reconnect the diaspora, those of us who are descendants of Africans, with the motherland, with the view of us achieving the economic empowerment that has evaded so many of us for so long. Looking forward to working with her on that. All right, guys, I am exhausted. It was a busy past couple of days over there on Paradise Island. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm really, really hopeful that what we see going forward will translate more than just talk and more than just meeting after meeting and paper after paper, but that the information shared between the ministers and their representatives from around the Commonwealth will actually translate into real action so that we can see a difference on the ground in our respective countries. Tomorrow is Friday, TGIF Open Line, when we're going to be talking about the week that was. A lot of ground to cover, and I'm hoping that you guys will definitely take part in that conversation. Until then, I can also go to bed early, I tell you. I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, God willing. Take care.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global.